Okay, so this is my first SC2 tutorial. It's on PVT and it's my build. I'm actually rank 1 plat. I've been moved down, but I am running 40 wins for 26 losses, so you know, I'm doing okay. Now, I do the build where I go Forge Fast Expand, send out your 8 probe to build that pylon, and then go scout him. Spend chronos on your probes, and remember I get a 14 forge. This means that if he goes hatch first, you pretty much need to cannon rush him behind his mineral line, otherwise you are behind. So yep, looks like he's going hatch first, so I'll throw down my forge, send out my forge probe to go help out if need be. So just make it look like you're running away, but in fact, you're building a pylon. Now that's crucial. If he had gone a more aggressive style, say perhaps, you know, 14 hatch, 14 pool with gas, then I wouldn't have done that. I would have built my cannon at home and got up my own expansion. However, since he's done this, it's really good to apply some pressure. And remember, only place down one cannon, but if he lets the hatch go up, you have to put down a second cannon, because otherwise he can pretty easily overwhelm just the one cannon. So I'm going to start building the second cannon. Remember, I'll probably just cancel it if... yeah. So he decided just to cancel, so that's why I didn't put down my second cannon. Throw down a cannon at home. Throw down a gateway as soon as possible. Try not to lose your probes, because that's a good plan. Now, it looks like he's going to be a bit aggressive. Remember to throw down double extractor in your main as soon after that gateway as you can. So, it looks like he was going early third anyway. Fine. No way to cannon rush that, really. He's being too careful. Build another pylon at home. Throw down a gas here. Get people in these gases up here. 3 people in each. Make sure not to get supply blocked. Get a zealot to fill that gap, obviously. So, you know, it's nice delaying his expansion like that. Get a pylon in your main, because you're going to be throwing down double Stargate, double Robo, single Robo. That's why you need so much gas so early on, because you are going ridiculously heavy Yes. Yeah, get your Psi core out, get your mothership core out first. I sometimes get my Stargates on the low ground and then Robos on the high ground. It's just split them up. If he sees one, he won't see both. Try and get a Stalker out to kill that. No reason why he should have supply again. Yep. So he's broken that through. It wasn't a long-term strategy. It's just to, you know, force him to be a bit uncomfortable. And he supply blocked me. Oh my god. Remember to get gateway research. That's of course pretty key. So, why do I go this build? Because him seeing that double Stargate forces him to do one of the two things. Either lose by going Roaches, or go Hydra. Because Hydra is the only comeback to Void Rays. Anything else loses. So, I am now just going to get Colossus, and when he comes with a Hydra army, my Colossus army will utterly destroy it. At least, that's the thinking. I mean, it hasn't worked badly for me. Has it been auto-win? No. I like to go for the expand here because basically I'm getting a lot of very gas-heavy units. I forced him into a defensive position with the Void Rays. You're supposed to later with this build go for the Nexus Snipe because Void Rays, in case you didn't know, can snipe hatcheries disgustingly quickly. And again, don't get supply blocked. Now, this is just where it gets, you know, you feel you have the upper hand, take your third. Ooh, he took a hidden expansion here. And I am going to try and punish that. Yeah, you see, this is what I mean about Void Rays killing stuff ridiculously quickly. You see, he's got a Roach army. You see, if he goes Roaches, he just it's just an auto lose. So yeah, that's an example of the power of this build. I mean, you saw how quickly that wore it down. I was just poking to see if I could get some Overlord kills, if in fact the I should have really waited for 5 Void Rays to do an Nexus Snipe, but I just saw it and it was so ballsy going for that early one. You have to punish it, otherwise you're behind. So yeah, I punished it, and it worked for me. Again, make sure not to get supply blocked, and eventually you do go Templar with this build, because it does have a slight weakness to Mass Muta. I mean, you do win, but it's tough with Void Rays to take Mutas on, so just, you know, I like to get 1-1 for my air. Yeah, you see, this is going to be a massacre. I don't know if you knew that, but this is going to be a massacre to end all massacres, really. Get more gateways. It's annoying that he destroyed my gateways down there, but they did give me enough time to react and get a VT if you can afford it, which I cannot. So I'm going to expand again because he has no response to my build. It's just nice to block this off. Ling run bys are really bad because this is quite an immobile army, so you don't want to have that as an avenue that he can push easily. You see, he comes back again, killing my pylons. Now here's where I do have to play well, because he does have enough hydras to do significant amounts of damage, which is where I need to up my Colossus Storm account, perhaps focus less on the Void Rays. So I will just temporarily halt their production if I feel I can't get out enough land upgrades, because obviously the air upgrades do nothing for my Colossi. Also, Zealots, really surprisingly good against Hydras. They do draw their fire pretty nicely. You see, now, especially as soon as I get Storm, I'm going to push, because there's nothing I'm scared of, unless he goes... The only composition that beats this is the late game, the super late game, Spore, Spine, Spore, Spine, what are they called? Swarm Host, Viper composition, which is good against this build. So I have a feeling that's what he might be going. I'm not too worried about it because I can... Yeah, so you see, that's what I mean by Ling run bys. Not too scared, as my army does hard counter this. You see, he mind-gamed me pretty well. He said, okay, so I'm going to destroy your wall many times, and then I'm going to come with just a Ling run by. So he convinced me that it wasn't the correct decision to get the wall, and then did the very thing I got the wall for. So if I hadn't had that expansion out of there, he probably would have gotten Lings in my base, and I would have been very unhappy. Fortunately, I put that forward pylon there, and that forward base, as it were. So you see it, 99. Ah, lucky there. I don't... Forgot to add an observer with this army. You'll see me adding a lot more of those, because fungals really easily kill observers. And I am, of course, worried about... just getting those extra things. This is going to go really badly for him. So if you see, I'm still on 170 supply, and I utterly destroyed him. Refilling with Archons is a really nice way just to seal the deal, as it were. No, it's not TOS OP, you didn't push when I was weak, and now you're paying the price. And also he went for the wrong composition. Yeah, so I said I would tell you what the correct composition is against my build. You have to go Swarm Host, Spine Crawler, Spore Crawler. That's really the answer to this build, because it wears down my army. You expand a lot behind it, because I was being very passive in the early game, so you can expand a lot behind me not doing much, and you should do well. Yeah, so now I'm just going to push, seal this. You see, he can't do anything. He's doing better now because I'm out of Storm, but really, with the amount of Colossus and Templar, there's just nothing I can do. So that was Stalin. Rank 1 Platinum, showing you how to do my anti-Zerg build.